Today I am going to launch a new series called as the NEET PYQs Mastery Series, and in this NEET PYQ Mastery Series we will be going to discuss the 37 years PYQs of NEET, and this discussion will be held topic wise as well as year wise, so that you can get the fair idea about the whole chapter. If we decode this 37 years PYQs, then you will get the command over the NCERT. That's why decoding of PYQ is very important for decoding of NCERT. And this decoding of PYQ is not only finding the correct answers, but we will discuss how the correct answer comes from these 4 options and try to analyze each and every options. One crucial requirement is the logical thinking, and this logical thinking will be provided here. If you get the mastery over these PYQs of 37 years, then definitely NCERT will be a easy task to understand for you. So let's start the first chapter, that is breathing and exchange of gases, where we will be going to decode, discuss, analyze the 37 years of the PYQs along with the logical thinking. And logical thinking is the strategy to tackle the MCQs. I have covered the strategies how to tackle the MCQs. You can check my channel and try to understand what are the techniques to tackle the MCQs. Now let's start the discussion of the first question. Which of the following is not a function of conducting part of respiratory system? So what is the trap in the question? So you should identify wrong statement regarding the conducting part of respiratory system, and the concept behind the question is the conducting part. If you able to understand the demand of question, then it would be easy for you to solve the question. So let's discuss the options. So first one is it clears the inhaled air from foreign particles. Correct. So conducting part of respiratory system clears the inhaled air from particles, because it consists of the hairs in nostrils and then mucus, which removes the foreign particles in the air. That's why this option is the correct option, but we want to identify the wrong option. The next one is the inhaled air is humidified. Correct. By increasing the moisture in the air is done by the conducting part of respiratory system. That's why humidification is the one of the function of the conducting part of respiratory system. Then temperature of inhaled air is brought to body temperature. So temperature adjustment is also done by the conducting part of respiratory system. Conducting part, you should know the concept behind the conducting part. Conducting part starts from the external nostrils up to the terminal bronchioles. And second part of the respiratory tract is the respiratory part, and respiratory part of respiratory system starts from the respiratory bronchioles and it ends at the alveoli. So why alveoli? Conducting part only conducts the air from nose up to the lungs, but does not involve the exchange of gases, but respiratory part involves the exchange of gases. Conducting parts do the clearing of the air from foreign particles. They do in function of humidification. They maintain the temperature of inhaled air up to the body temperature. And next option is provides surface for diffusion of oxygen and CO2. Diffusion takes place in a respiratory part, not in a conducting part. That's why this option is the wrong option. So this option is the wrong option. That's why this is the correct option. So this is the logic behind the first question. Let's see. Next question is the figure based questions. So you should learn figures very carefully from the NCERT, and I will show the NCERT with marking from which questions are picked up in a NEET exams. That's why you are going to decode the NCERT as well as PYQs. Figure shows the diagrammatic view of human respiratory system with level A, B, C, D. Select the options which gives the correct identification and main function of or characteristics. So you should identify the organ as well as its main function. Then let's start. So see here option, such questions can be approached directly through the options. You will solve the questions with a minimum time. First one is the C is the alveoli. Whether C is alveoli, C is alveoli. So correct, C is alveoli. Thin, what is the function of alveoli? Here given is the thin walled vascular black like structures for exchange of gases. Correct. So alveoli are used for the exchange of gases. They are thin walled vascular bags, means they have many blood vessels on its surface. So first is the correct option. Don't move forward by ignoring the next options, because there may be a better options in the next option. So let's always confirm the next options are wrong options, and then you should approach to the next questions. So B, D. D is represented by diaphragm, but here it called as a lower end of lungs. D is not a lower end of lungs, so it is a diaphragm muscle. That's why this option is the wrong options. Function, there is no need to see the functional, because labeling is wrong. So A is the trachea. So A is trachea, so labeling is the correct, but then we will see the function. Long tube supported by complete cartilaginous rings for conducting inspired air. So it is a long tube, correct, but it does not involve the complete cartilaginous rings. Here it involves the incomplete cartilaginous rings, incomplete. That's why this option is wrong. And it is also involved in the conduction of the inspired air. So this next part of the sentence is also correct, first part of sentence is also correct, but this part is wrong part. Then B is the pleural membranes. B, correct, these are the pleural membranes. What is the function they perform? So surrounds the ribs on both sides to provide cushion against the rubbing. No, it is not surrounds on both sides. It surrounds on the only one sides of the ribs. Parietal pleural membrane touches with the ribs, and visceral pleural membrane attaches with the viscera, means lungs. That's why this option is wrong. So this is the logic behind the question. Then next question, lungs are enclosed in. The first option is periosteum. Periosteum is not encloses lungs. Periosteum encloses the bones. So it is the outer covering of bones. So then next one is the perichondrium. Perichondrium is the outer covering of cartilages, and pericardium is the covering of heart. So it is a covering of heart, it is a covering of bone, and it is covering of cartilage. Pleural membranes are the covering of lungs. So that's why correct option is the D option. Skin is an accessory organ of respiration in. So it is the respiratory organ in frog. We all of you know the frog has multiple organs for the respiration, because it has multiple habitats. So it is amphibian, it live on land and live in water. Frog has a multiple respiratory organ. First one is it has lungs, so it is pulmonary respiration is also present. Frog can do the respiration with skin, that's why it is called as cutaneous respiration, and frog can do the respiration through buccopharyngeal respiration. Humans do respiration with lungs, rabbit also do respiration with lungs, lizard is a reptile, so that's why reptile also consists of the lungs. So but we have to choose the skin as a respiratory organ, and this skin as a respiratory organ present in frog. So these options are wrong options. Let's see the questions on mechanism of breathing. Match the list 1 with the list 2nd. So list 1 is the such questions can be handled directly from the options. So choose the correct answer from given options. So as we know, expiratory capacity can be measured by expiratory reserve volume plus TV is called as expiratory capacity. Functional residual capacity, FRC. So FRC is equal to expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. Then vital capacity consists of the three volumes. So vital capacity is equal to tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory capacity IC is equal to IRV, inspiratory reserve volume, plus TV. So let's see where the question these options matches with the list B. So expiratory capacity A, here A third, A second, A second, A second, A first, A third. So first let's see A second. Tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume, expiratory tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. So A second is the correct option. So this option is the wrong, this option is the wrong. So B first and B fourth. B, now let's see the B first. FRC is the here. So FRC B first, expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume is not included in functional residual capacity. That's why this option is the wrong. B4 expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume, correct. Expiratory reserve volume plus reserve volume. So that's why this is the correct option. So C is the correct option. There is no need to check the these options, but if you should confirm these two options of your answers, because it will give a much more trust in your right options. So C first, C vital capacity, does it has a three volumes combination? Yes, expiratory reserve volume, tidal volume, and inspiratory reserve volume, correct. Then D third given by inspiratory capacity is the tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. So option C is the correct option. Then next one is the vital capacity of lung. Vital capacity consists of the sum of three volumes. So here is the three volumes given. Here are four volumes, wrong. Here is the IRV, ERV, TV. This one is the correct option. IRV, ERV plus TV minus RV. So this is the wrong option. This is also wrong option. So correct option, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume, and tidal volume. So these three volumes can, if we combine, then we get the vital capacity of the lungs. Then next, select the correct events that occur during inspiration. So inspiration is the active process. First you should know it is the active process. Active process involves the contraction of the muscles. So inspiration involves the two muscles, diaphragm and external intercostal muscle. So here is the contraction of diaphragm, contraction of external intercostal muscles, correct. Pulmonary volume decreases. Inspiration involves the pulmonary volume increases. Pulmonary volume increases by contraction of diaphragm. It is increase anterior posterior. This is the anterior side, this is the posterior side. By contraction of external intercostal muscles, dorso-ventrally, this volume of thoracic cage increases, and proportionally volume of pulmonary volume also increases. That's why pulmonary volume does not decreases during inspiration, it is increases. That's why this option is wrong. Here intrapulmonary pressure given increases, that's why increase is wrong. If intrapulmonary pressure increases, air from lungs go into outside. So that's why 3 and 4 options are wrong. Where are 3 and 4 options? This option is wrong, this option is wrong, this option is also wrong. That's why first option is the correct. So correct events that occur during inspiration is contraction of diaphragm and contraction of external intercostal muscle. Then tidal volume and respiratory reserve volume of an athlete is 500 ml and 1000 ml respectively. This is the tidal volume and this is the expiratory reserve volume. What will be his expiratory capacity if the residual volume is 1200 ml? So what is the demand of question is the expiratory capacity. What is the formula of expiratory capacity? Tidal volume plus ERV, expiratory reserve volume. So tidal volume we have given, here is the tidal volume 500 ml, so 500 ml, and then ERV, expiratory reserve volume, is 1000 ml. So here is the 1000 ml. Then after addition it will give the 1500 ml. There is no need of a residual volume. They have given extra information, but there is no need. So correct option is the 1500 ml is the expiratory capacity. Let's see the next question. Select the correct statement. So first one is the expiration occurs due to the external intercostal muscles. As we know, the breathing involves the two processes, means inhalation and exhalation. So inhalation is the active process and exhalation is the passive process. So hence, if exhalation is the passive process, then there is no need of contraction of muscles. There is no need of contraction of muscles. It does not require any energy. That's why expiration occurs due to the relaxation of external intercostal muscles. But here in statement, expiration is not singly caused by the external intercostal muscles, it is also caused by the relaxation of the diaphragm also. That's why we will hold this statement, because this statement is 50% correct, 50% wrong, because we can't say this statement is completely correct or completely wrong, because expiration occurs due to the relaxation. Here relaxation word is not given, so you can hold this option. And let's see the next option. Intrapulmonary pressure is lower than the atmospheric pressure during inspiration. When we inspire air, then air must become from high pressure to low pressure, so intrapulmonary pressure must be low than the atmospheric pressure. So this statement is correct statement. Then next one is the inspiration occurs when atmospheric pressure is less than the intrapulmonary pressure. When atmospheric pressure is less than the intrapulmonary pressure, means there would be a exhalation. That's why this statement is wrong, because inspiration requires the lower pressure in lungs than the atmospheric pressure, but here atmospheric pressure is the less than the intrapulmonary pressure. Then next statement is the expiration is initiated due to contraction of diaphragm. So if diaphragm is contracted, then inspiration start, not expiration. Expiration is because of the relaxation of diaphragm. That's why this statement is wrong, this statement is wrong, and this statement is also wrong. Why? Because it does not give the what is happening with external intercostal muscle, whether these are relaxing, contracting, or expiration is not done by only external intercostal muscles, it is also done by relaxation of diaphragm. So most appropriate correct answer for this question is the B statement. Then next one is the match the items given in column first with those with the column second and select the correct options. So this is the simple question, tidal volume, and this one is called as inspiratory reserve volume, this one is called as expiratory reserve volume, and this one is called as residual volume. So as we know, tidal volume is 500 ml, IRV is 2500 to 3000 ml, then ARV is 1000 to 1100 ml. You should know these values. Then RV is 1100 to 1200 ml. So here this given in options, tidal volume is 500 to 550 ml. So here is the A third. So here the option given A third, so option A and option B has the third. That's why C and D is the wrong option. Then next one is inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume has a range of 2500 to 3000. So B first. Here is given B first given in here. So that's why correct option is the B option. Then let's confirm the next options. C4 expiratory reserve volume for 1000 to 1100, correct. D second, residual volume has 1100 to 1200 ml, correct. Then next one is the lungs are made up of air filled sacs, the alveoli. They do not collapse even after forceful expiration because, so as we know, our lungs has residual volume, and residual volume cannot be removed after forceful expiration. So let's see inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume is not responsible for preventing collapse of the lungs. So this is wrong. Tidal volume is the normal inhalation and exhalation volume. So it is also wrong. Expiratory reserve volume, so it can be removed. So but residual volume cannot be removed from the lungs. That's why our alveoli, so alveoli, here is the residual value 1100 to 1200 ml of air is present in two lungs. That's why these air prevents the collapse of this alveoli. If all air comes out, alveoli will stick with each other and lungs will collapse, but this does not happen because of residual volume. Then next one is the lungs do not collapse between breaths, and some air always remains in the lungs which can never be expelled. Because, so why this air cannot be expelled? Let's see the options. There is a negative pressure in the lungs. So if there is a negative pressure in the lung, negative pressure means less pressure than the atmospheric pressure, then the air will come inside the lungs. So this is not a correct reason behind the non-collapsing of the lungs. Then second is there is a negative intrapleural pressure pulling at the lungs wall. This is the correct option. If these are the, this is the lung, so if this is the lung, then a lung is covered by the pleural membrane. As we know, this is the parietal pleural membrane, this is the visceral pleural membrane, and this is the cavity called as pleural cavity. And this pleural cavity has always lower pressure than the intrapulmonary pressure. That's why these alveoli are pulled towards the rib cage. It prevents the collapsing of lungs. Lungs can be prevented from collapsing by different factors. First one is the presence of lecithin. So lecithin is secreted in alveoli by the pneumocyte seconds, and this lecithin decreases the surface tension. Second reason behind non-collapsing of lung is negative pressure, in negative intrapleural pressure, and the third reason behind the non-collapsing is the residual volume. So residual volume always present inside the alveoli. Let's see the next options. There is a positive intrapleural pressure, which is a wrong option. Pressure in the lungs is higher than the atmospheric pressure. If pressure in the lung is higher than the atmospheric pressure, then there would be exhalation. This is the not correct reason behind the non-collapse of lungs. So this is the correct option. Then next, which one of the following is a possibility for most of us in regard to the breathing by making a conscious efforts? If we do the conscious means by desire, by knowingly, if we do, then which of the following is a possible? If first option, one can breathe out air totally without oxygen. How it is possible? So one can breathe out. Breathe out means exhalation. One can exhale air without oxygen. As we know, our tissue in a rest condition utilize only 25% of oxygen, and 75% of oxygen return to the lungs, and that's why loading of oxygen at the lungs level is 25%. So all oxygen cannot be utilized by the tissues. That's why one cannot be able to totally remove the oxygen from the air. That's why this option is the completely wrong option. Then second, one can breathe out air through the eustachian tube by closing both nose and mouth. If we close our nose as well as mouth, then we can breathe out, means exhale air through the eustachian tube. This is the correct, because eustachian tube is connected with middle ear and pharynx. That's why small amount of air can be released through the eustachian tube. So by closing mouth as well as nose, it is possible to remove the air. That's why this is the correct option. Let's see the next two options, why they are not correct. So one can consciously breathe in and breathe out by moving the diaphragm alone, without moving the ribs at all. It will be not possible, because if anyone wants to breathe in or breathe out, then there is a need of diaphragm and external intercostal muscles. So normal breathing can be possible with diaphragm and external intercostal muscles, and this diaphragm and external intercostal muscles gets the nerve supply from medulla oblongata, and in medulla oblongata there is a respiratory rhythm center. That's why these diaphragm and external intercostal muscles both use in breathing mechanism. If both contract, then there would be a inhalation, and if both relax, then there would be a exhalation. That's why it would be not possible by only using diaphragm. There would be a breathing. If intercostal muscles are contracted or relaxed, then ribs always move. So that's why this option is wrong. The lungs can be made fully empty by forcibly breathing out all air from them. So lungs cannot be fully made empty, because residual volume cannot be removed from the lungs. Residual volume can be emptied only after death. That's why there would be no possibility of removing of residual volume. If residual volume will be removed, then their lungs will be collapsed, and if lungs collapse, then there would be a death of the person. So that's why we consciously not able to remove all air from our lungs. That's why D option is wrong. So correct option is the B option is the correct option. And next question is the listed below are 4 respiratory capacities. 4 jumbled respiratory volumes are given of a normal human adult, and you should which of the following is the correct matching of 2 capacities and volumes. So this is the simple question, straightforward as we discuss here. Let's directly go through the options. Second, they have matched with the 2500 ml. What is second? Second is the vital capacity. As we know, vital capacity is the addition of 3 volumes: TV, IRV and ERV. So if TV is 500 ml, then IRV is this is the range. That's why I will take the upper limit, that is 3000. 2500 to 3000 ml. I will take 3000 ml, and then ERV 1000 to 1100. So I will take 1100 ml. What is the addition of these 3 volumes? So vital capacity is the 4600 ml. So here is, and this is matched with the 2500 ml. So here there is the normal range 4500 ml is given. That's why this option is wrong option. There is no need to check third also. So let's see second, third 1200. inspiratory reserve volume. As we know, inspiratory reserve volume is 2500 to 3000 ml. So here this option is also wrong. They have matched with the 1200 ml. Then fourth, inspiratory capacity IC is equal to TV plus IRV. IRV is 3000 and TV is 500. So that's why this is the 3500 ml. So inspiratory capacity they have correctly matched. Then let's see first is the residual volume. As we know, it is the 1100 to 1200 ml. So here is the 1200 ml. That's why correct option is the C option. Let's see why D is the wrong. First option, residual volume, as we know residual volume is 1200 ml, wrong. Then second, vital capacity, as we know vital capacity has 4600 ml air, but this is also wrong. That's why C is the correct option. What is the vital capacity of our lungs? So it is very simple. Vital capacity is the addition of three volumes. So let's see, inspiratory reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume, but TV is not added in the first option. That's why this is the wrong. Total lung capacity minus residual volume. So total lung capacity, you should know TLC, formula of TLC. TLC is equal to, TLC consists of the all four volumes. So first let's take TV plus IRV plus ERV plus RV, and as we know vital capacity is the addition of these three volumes. These three volumes are called as vital capacity. So here is the total lung capacity minus residual volume. So if we minus the residual volume from the TLC, then what we get? VC. New formula for TLC is total lung capacity is equal to VC plus RV. And if we want to calculate the vital capacity, then VC is equal to TLC minus RV. So that's why total lung capacity minus residual volume. That's why this option is the correct option. Then let's see C option, why it is wrong. Inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume. Inspiratory capacity, it is not a vital capacity. So this is the wrong option. And total lung capacity minus expiratory reserve volume. Total lung capacity formula is here. They are going to minus expiratory reserve volume. Expiratory reserve volume, so there is no relation with the vital capacity. That's why D is also wrong. So B is the correct. Then which one of the following statement is incorrect? Incorrect means wrong. You should identify the wrong statement. So principle of counter current flow facilitates the efficient respiration in gills of fishes. This is the correct option because counter current means opposite current. So in fish, water and blood flow in a opposite direction. Water and blood flow in a opposite direction. That's why diffusion takes place in a very good manner because concentration gradient is maintained. Principle of counter current flow is used in the gills of fishes. So this is the correct option. So we have to identify the wrong option. The next one is the residual air in lungs slightly decreases the efficiency of respiration in mammals. This is the wrong option. So residual air means residual volume in lungs. As we know, the residual volume is 1100 ml to 1200 ml, and this residual volume is used for continuous exchange of gases in lungs. If we inhale or exhale, but lungs continuously exchange gases with the blood. That's why this residual volume is helpful for increasing efficiency of respiration in mammals, not decreasing. This is the wrong word. So residual air in lungs, it increases the efficiency of respiration in mammals but not decreases. That's why this is the wrong option. So this is the If it is wrong, then it is our correct option. So this is the demand of question. Let's see the next sentence. The presence of non-respiratory air sacs increases the efficiency of respiration in birds. This is the correct statement. This is also correct statement. So that's why this is not our answer. In birds, there would be a non-respiratory air sacs throughout their bodies. Generally, these are the 9 air sacs present in various parts of their bodies, and these air sacs can helpful for the increasing efficiency of respiration in birds. They also help for the flying of the birds also. That's why this is not answer of the demand of question. Then next one is the in insects, circulating body fluid serves to distribute oxygen to tissue. It is also wrong statement. In this question there are two wrong statements are given. So first, in insect, circulating body fluid serves to distribute oxygen to tissue. No. So in insect, for example, cockroach. So cockroach is an insect, but this cockroach does not have a respiratory pigment for carrying of the oxygen or CO2. So that's why if the respiratory pigment hemoglobin is absent, then their blood is called as a hemolymph, colorless blood, hemolymph. And if there is a hemolymph, there is no respiratory pigment, then there is no transportation of gases. That's why this circulating body fluid does not serve to distribute oxygen to tissue. Then what is the respiratory system in the insect? Insect has a tracheal respiratory system. They do tracheal respiration. So they provide oxygen to each and every cells directly through the tracheoles. That's why this statement also wrong, this statement also wrong. There are two statements wrong in this question. It may be a cancelled question because two statements are correct and two statements are wrong, and they have given direction to choose wrong options, but there would be two wrong options. Let's see the next question. When 1500 ml air is in lungs, it is called. So what is this 1500 ml air? First one is the residual volume. Residual volume, as we know, residual volume is the 1100 ml to 1200 ml. This is the standard range, but in question given the 1500 ml air is in the lungs. Let's see the next options. Inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume 2500 to 3000 ml. So this would be a not correct option because in questions they have given 1500 ml. Then vital capacity. Vital capacity is addition of 3 volumes, and it is around 4600 ml. So that's why it is also not correct option. Tidal volume. Tidal volume is about 500 ml. So that's why this is not correct option. So which is the closer to 1500 ml? So closer to 1500 ml is 1100 ml to 1200 ml. That's why residual volume is the correct answer. So when 1500 ml air is in lungs, it is called residual volume. The ventilation movements of the lungs in the mammals are governed by. Ventilation movements means breathing, and breathing means, as we know, inhalation and exhalation combined called as a breathing. So ventilation, it is called as pulmonary ventilation. Breathing of lungs in mammals is governed by. So which muscles are responsible for breathing, inhalation and exhalation? And this, it does not mention forceful inhalation, forceful exhalation. That's why it is a normal ventilation or normal breathing. So first one is the muscular walls of the lungs. So first option is the wrong option. Why? Because lungs does not contain muscles. Muscular walls are absent. Lungs cannot contract and relax because they does not have muscles. So how the muscles decrease their volume? Through thoracic cavity. Pulmonary volumes can be changed indirectly by using thoracic cage. That's why if there is a puncture in a thoracic cage, then there would be a problem in inhalation and exhalation. If there is a puncture to the thoracic cage, immediate death of the person will happen. Why? Because of the lack of expansion and relaxation of the lungs, because lungs volume increase decrease is dependent on volume of thoracic cage. That's why first option is wrong. Then next one is diaphragm. Yes, diaphragm is responsible for the breathing. So during inhalation contraction takes place, during exhalation relaxation takes place. Intercostal muscles, yes, this is the correct option, because there are two types of the intercostal muscle: external intercostal muscles and internal. But these external intercostal muscles are responsible for normal breathing. D option given is the D, B and C, both options. So both are responsible for ventilation. In a man and mammals, air passes from outside into the lungs. Arrange the respiratory organs in a sequence. So you should know the respiratory tract. So let's see the first option: nasal cavity, then larynx, then pharynx. So nasal cavity, after nasal cavity there would be pharynx, but here given the larynx, that's why this is not a correct sequence. Then next, second option, nasal cavity, larynx. So larynx is not before pharynx. First comes pharynx and then pharynx. That's why this option is also wrong. Then nasal cavity, then pharynx, then larynx, correct, then trachea, then bronchioles and bronchi. So first comes the bronchi and then come bronchioles. That's why these two options are wrong options. That's why this option is wrong. Then nasal cavity, then comes pharynx, then come larynx, then come trachea, then come bronchi, correct, then comes bronchioles, and last one is the alveoli. That's why this is the correct option. So you should know the respiratory tract. This is the basics. If you lagging behind the basics or concepts, then join my channel. I will cover the concepts of the biology in a very detailed manner. Thank you student for watching this video. I will cover the next questions of breathing and exchange of gases in part 2nd and part 3rd. So make sure you should share this video with your friends. I am putting my 100% efforts in preparing this video, so please share, like, and you can comment on the video also. So if you want to analyze any concept or any chapter, if you want to cover, then I will definitely make videos on your comments. Thanks for supporting me.